Welcome to another episode of Wing Zero Duality. And as we venture into this new year, what can be said about both a quality of which is free from the process of becoming and being? This process of which most of us are caught within, are we not? Becoming this or that, being this or that, and seeing for oneself how this process creates for inner conflict and outer conflict. And yet, such a process is so ingrained that one must be able to work within that paradigm. And so, I'll give a few examples of where becoming or being can find a resolution as to itself, of which is free from inner conflict and resolves for outer conflict. Space industry. It certainly is becoming, and what it will be is certainly up to the human being to craft. And certainly the questions that will arise, legal questions, will be somewhat rudimentary, but ones will be quite complex, as the human being is looking to take its conditioned perspective, its conditioned approach into that which is boundless, boundaryless. Can the human being fundamentally change so that the complexities of which, of course, result in outer conflict can be resolved? And a complex problem comes upon its resolution through simplicity. So simple, direct, and effective space law and policy. What of arts and entertainment? Is arts and entertainment an avenue of which demonstrates both the inner conflict and the outer conflict? Is there a work of art which does both phenomenally and simultaneously? Is it also a work of art which is open to interpretation so that the individual can draw from such a simultaneous approach, one of seriousness and relaxation, perhaps draw that choiceless awareness can be what one can take from such a work of art, as well as can such a work of art through its simultaneity also be a stepping stone for the future of arts and entertainment in a decentralized fashion, one free of the burden of becoming and being, of which celebrity then is derived from. But also, can financial communication through a decentralized solution solve for the issue of artificial intelligence in the creative process, of which then this allows for human creators to be able to practice their passion in a reasonably expectable way? Which goes back to the law practice in general, another avenue of which its entirety is based on knowledge, memory, and experience. Can the law practice not only maximize its efficiency with the use of artificial intelligence, but create a new paradigm which can resolve for the issue of the human attorney who expertise is what pays the bills, as well as allows for access to justice in a greater degree and a greater degree of simplicity. Will decentralization come about within the human lore, and as a result be effective in implementing solutions outwardly? And then lastly, physics. Physics is an avenue of which I've been able to somewhat get across a sociological perspective on physics, to draw from physics backwards and to inspire physics forwards. And certainly being able to understand physics concepts, be able to simplify what they may mean and all of its complexity, has an effect on the brain and a psychological revolution which allows for fundamental perception to come about on a day-to-day basis. So all of these avenues are avenues of which Jeet Kune Do is the engine and the driving force which propels forward, which can bring about the dynamic and the energy of which no way is way and no limitation as limitation brings. And so that's it heading into this new year. Much uncertainty, many tensions arising in many areas of our lives. And so, knowing that the world is you and you are the world, then things become fresh, alive, and new. Such like the new year.